Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the Guidance Center, and I must say, Mr. Lafley, the new tables, new chairs, I haven't been here recently, and they are very nice.
Impressive.
And I'm here talking to Mr. Lafley about scholarships for seniors going to college. Now, Mr. Lafley, how do you go about applying for and going through the process of getting private scholarships?
Okay, if we're going to talk about private scholarships, let me just talk about the scholarship process in general. First of all, every senior who's looking for financial assistance should be filling out, and have already filled out at this point, a free application for federal student aid.
Now, the scholarships that we're talking about are the ones out in the front of the Guidance Center, up on the bulletin board. Could you tell us about those, Mr.
Sure. Those are sent in by local organizations. It could be from the Dighton, as close as Dighton, or Taunton, or Fall River. They're pretty much scholarships that are ranging in amounts from anywhere from $100 to as much as perhaps $4,000. They're intended for people who are going either into specific majors or perhaps living in either Dighton or Rehoboth. That might be a restriction.
I see. Now, how do you go about applying and getting the materials you need to apply to one of those?
The way you do it, first of all, the senior should go out and look at the board, identify those scholarships for which they think they would qualify, and then come down to my office, see me, and I would give them the appropriate application and explain any restrictions that might apply.
Mr. Lafley, I know there's a lot of juniors out there who want to get a jump on this college thing. Should they apply to private scholarships?
Yes. In fact, I just call your attention, there's this one book in the Guidance Center which is very good. As it indicates, it says College Board Scholarship Handbook, and what it does, it lists scholarships all across the country that are available now for seniors, but also would be great to look at as a junior to get the addresses, and you find in going through it that it's kind of broken down in terms of everything from ethnic group, religious organizations that one might belong to, all kinds of breakdowns.
I see. So what's up there at the board isn't all. There's
oh no, this is a national approach. What we have out there is really more southeastern Massachusetts scholarships.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Lafley.
You're welcome.
As you can see, there's plenty scholarships up here, and all you seniors, you should apply, and you juniors, start looking pretty soon, because it's almost time. This is Nathan Tarter for DR News, signing off.
Everybody, this is BJ Corey for DR Sports. I'm here with two people who don't play a spring sport at DR, but they are involved in something that's pretty cool. It's the APBA. Now, Doug, do you want to tell us what that is?
That stands for American Powerboat Association.
Okay, now, Sarah, what is that?
It's a group of racers that race powerboats, runabouts, and hydroplanes, and there's all different classes, and they go around the country racing in different locations.
Okay, are there any certain places that you guys go?
There's one in Taunton, one in Worcester, a couple in Connecticut. New York, yeah, other places. It's fun.
Okay, now what does a race consist of? Is it like a sprint, or is it like around a track or something? I don't know.
It consists of about a 1.5 mile course. Usually it's 3 or 4 laps. You start off, you have a warm-up lap, or you have a warm-up couple minutes, and then you have 1 minute until the gun, then a flag drops, and that's how the race starts. Then you have 3 laps under green flag, and then checkered flag, and it's over.
Okay, so is it kind of like auto racing and the flags and?
Kinda, yeah. The flags symbolize different things, and then there's warning flags and caution flags and all different kinds of.
Okay, now Doug, do you have? Is it like a one-person boat, or do you have teams, or?
It's one person, like about 9 feet to 12 feet long, going anywhere from 56 to 78 miles an hour, sometimes faster.
That's pretty fast. Now, have you ever seen any accidents or been in any accidents?
I went down to Florida in February. Shut up, Sarah. And I flipped. There were some alligators swimming under me. I was a little scared. They could have bit me apart. But Sarah's dad flipped, got a little hurt. Boat got smashed. My dad has like scars all over his body from it, like big gashes. Pretty cool.
Sounds like it can get pretty dangerous. Now, you said that your dad's boat got trashed. Now, is this pretty expensive to do? Or?
Yeah, he's in a class above us, which is a lot larger. It's something called OPC, or Outboard Performance Craft. And he was doing about 95 and went over backwards and did a barrel roll and broke his nose and did a good amount of damage to the boat. The boat's not raceable anymore. But just let everybody know, I've never flipped and never played on it.
Well, that's good so
I've been
far.
doing it for 6 years, so.
6 years. How long have you been doing it, Doug?
This is my first year, but I've been around it for like 16 years.
Okay. Now, Sarah, you were mentioning before that you're on a rescue team. Do you want to tell us what that is?
I am on the Northeast Inboard Division of Rescue Team, which goes from Maryland up to Maine and New York. And inboards are, of course, the boats with the inboard engines, and it's a step below the Miss Budweiser, and I travel around with them during the summer, and I'm on the rescue team. I'm a first responder and CPR certified, and we go around every time there's an accident. We're in the water, pulling people out and doing whatever we can to help them out.
Well, that's pretty cool. Now, Doug, have you ever won any prizes in this? Or?
Nah, I'm a loser.
I wouldn't say that, but do you know anybody that's won? Like you said, your dad's in it. Has he won anything?
Yeah, he's won about like 7 or 8 national championships. He got some second places, thirds. He's won about every award there is.
Wow, that's pretty good. Have you won any, or your dad?
I've won a couple. I took first place in the powder puff race this year, and I've taken first, I've taken second, I've taken third, just races around here, having fun. My dad's won a couple times, nothing like big. He wants to go up to the nationals with his outboard performance craft, but he hasn't been racing this year, so I don't know what's going to happen with that.
I'd like to wish you both luck with it, and thank you for the time. These two just told me about outboard powerboat racing. It seems pretty interesting. It's one of those sports that you don't hear too much about, but there's a lot of time involved in it and a lot of skill. I'd like to thank both of them for their time, and we'll be back next week with a new story.
How things come about when you're tied to the teeth and mouth. Sound of fury, shout of pain. There was no real reason, no gain. I can't.
This year's talent show was a great success. There were lots of talented acts and even a couple of funny ones. All the winners did a great job, and those who didn't were excellent too. The band winners were, in first place, Jaybirds Run, with Neil Coleman, Jade Drury, John Dufort, Travis Favell, and Andy and Nate Tarter. In second place came Recyclable Friend with Matt Padalano, John Santos, and Andy Tarter. The winners for the talent competition were, in first place, Jesselyn Sadler singing You Don't Know Me. In second place, Ronaldo Whedon and Jay Cordero singing the Vanilla Ice song. In third place came Katie Snee singing Someone Like You. I'd like to congratulate all the competitors, and we'll be back next week with a new story.
I wish you Tragedy is keep backs our way to top. A decision